Hello and welcome to all of you to the Cisco Security Certification webinar. We are going to discuss a lot about CCIE Security Certification today. Uh, Let me quickly introduce myself to you guys. My name is Vikas Kumar and I am the founder and managing director of Network Bulls. I have my triple CCIE certification. I achieved CCIE in three domains. I started with CCIE routing and switching in 2011, and then I did one more CCIE in 2011, which was in CCIE security, and then I did my CCIE voice in 2013. And prior to founding Netto Bulls, I worked with the various companies like Rally Gear, IDS Infotech, and CSS Corp, where I learned a lot about network monitoring, network designing, network troubleshooting, network security, and network administration. And and then when I was looking to do my CCIE, I was not able to find a lot of good training providers. And then plus I was always passionate about teaching, so that's the reason why we started Netto Bulls in 2009 December. And since then it has been a roller coaster ride for us. We have been in the training industry for the last 6 years now, and I must say that this journey has been awesome, and it's only because of the support that we have received from the student community till now, and we wish to continue the same kind of support from our students. And I must say that we have trained more than 11,400 students from more than 40 different countries till now, and which have got trained from Netto Bulls, and they are all working with different companies right now and making us feel proud. And we have one of the biggest pool of Cisco and Microsoft trainers. All of them are either CCIE lab certified or written certified, and they are always ready to help our students and eager to share their knowledge. And I feel proud to announce that we have world's largest IT training labs, which means that our lab is full of routers, switches, firewalls, and IPS, IP phones, and lots of various type of servers available. So it provides a great environment for learning where students can, discuss various technical aspects of their learning with their peers. They can ask doubts from their trainers. So it's a big lab. We have dedicated almost 10,000 square feet area just for the lab area only, and people sit throughout the day, throughout the night. The lab is available 24 by 7, so which provides a great learning environment for the students. And as long as the students are here in Netto Bulls, they make sure that they get most out of the lab that we have here. And our efforts have been recognized from time to time, and we have recently bagged one more award, which was given for us as most promising Cisco and Microsoft training company with the proven placement record in 2015. So it was an honor for me to receive this award in on behalf of Network Bulls. And as we mentioned, we have recently turned 6. So and we celebrated these movement with a lot of enthusiasm, and I must feel proud in saying that our team is one of the youngest here in NB. Most of the trainers and people here are really young. They are enthusiastic, passionate, and have a lot of energy while teaching, so which makes NB a very very young organization. And we I must also say that Netto Bulls is the Cisco Learning Partner, and we are also Microsoft Silver Learning Partner, which means all the trainings provided by NetBulls are authorized by either Cisco or Microsoft. Okay, let me go through the agenda very quickly for the evening. We will be discussing about CCIE as a career, where we will discuss why Cisco or CCIE is one of the world's most prestigious and highly paid IT certification. We will be discussing about various Cisco certification tracks, why Cisco security engineers are in such great demand, what are the different training paths that we are going to follow when it comes to CCI security, why security is a most rewarding career option in networking, and then what kind of technology and devices you are going to use throughout your CCI security journey. And then we'll finally talk about the various Cisco certification exams, and then finally we'll wrap it up with the Q&A round. Now, we would like to discuss that why CCIE is such a great option when it comes to the highly paying career option. Okay, first of all, I would say 99% of people have no idea that why CCIE is a great career option. Most of the people have always chosen for the traditional field such as doctor, engineer, architect, or maybe some government jobs, and they are really not aware that CCIE is one of the best career option that is available as of today. Now, why CCIE is such a great option? Because the CCIEs are rare. There are only 40,000 CCIE certified engineers available, whereas the demand is really high. There are more than 5 lakh CCIE certified engineers required right now, but there are hardly any available. So there's a lot of demand available when it comes to CCIE or CCIE security as a career, I would say. We'll discuss about it in detail in the upcoming slides. Okay, let's talk about the different CCIE certification tracks first of all. So there are 7 different tracks available, out of which you can choose which one you will go for. The first and very foremost certification track is CCIE routing and switching. Well, this is one of the, or I would say the oldest CCIE certification track available, and it was launched by Cisco in way back in 1993, and it is still one of the most demanded CCIE certification track as of now. And the simple reason behind this is that every network which wants to have security, voice, or any other technology, it must have routing and switching basic infrastructure available with them. Now, uh, still many people go for CCI routing and switching because it's always going to remain in demand. And now then the next CCIE, which is the agenda of the evening, is about CCI security. We will discuss a lot about CCI security in detail today. Okay, and then we have CCIE voice as our third CCIE. People who are interested in voice technologies, collaboration technologies, it is their choice. Okay, and now please make sure that you should have at least 2 to 3 years of experience before you go for voice certification, because uh, people are network industry needs those people who have a lot of knowledge when it comes to CCI voice. And then you have fourth CCI, which is CCI data center, which is again in high demand, but again you should have at least 3 years of experience before you go for CCI DC, because uh, you once you are CCI DC certified, you are expected to work in complex and large data centers. So you must have a lot of experience before you step into the data center. And then you have a fifth CCI option, which is CCI wireless, which is again one of the good options available, but then again the demand is limited to developed countries, and then you must carry a lot of experience before you go for your CCIE wireless certification. And then the sixth is your CCIE service provider, which is again in demand, but only the demand is limited to service provider companies only, and plus you must carry a lot of experience before you go for CCIE service provider, or before you start working with the service provider networks. And then you have one more CCIE, seventh CCIE, which is CCDE. It's also called Cisco Certified Design Expert. This is a CCIE which it's available for people who have at least 5 to 8 years experience, where they have a lot of knowledge about network designing, architect, and all so many things. So this is only for people who are experienced. So when it comes to do CCIE as a fresher, I would recommend you either you go for CCIE routing and switching or for CCIE security, which are always going to be in demand in almost every company, and the future is obviously very very good when it comes to routing, switching, on security. Okay, now the agenda of the evening, as we have discussed, is about security only. So let's talk about why security engineers are in such a great demand. Well, first of all, she try to understand a scenario where um, you must see that every company is bringing their services online as of date. So think about it. You can book an appointment with a doctor online. You can even book a hotel online. You can even buy your groceries online these days. So I would say anything and everything is available online today, and companies have made sure that these services are available to you 24 by 7. So which means the companies must have a network infrastructure which is always available, up and running. And in order to make sure that the network is always up and running, companies need to make sure the network is always secure, which means it should not be compromised or attacked by the attackers or the hackers, which are always looking to gain information about your company. So it is very very important to secure the network so that the network is always available 24 by 7. And this is where the requirement of an expert security engineer comes into the picture, because someone who has a good knowledge of CCI security networking, and all the technicalities of security, about all the flaws, all the drawbacks, and all the loopholes of security. Only that person can handle such a complex network where the demand is always for the network to be up and running 24 by 7. So now, and we can see that which means that almost every company should have or must have a secure network, and that's the only possibility which can help them to make the network or services available 24 by 7. Now, in order to make sure that the network is secure 24 by 7, we need good expert security engineers. And but the problem is that there are hardly any security engineers available, and whoever is available is already occupied or hired by a good company. So which means there is a huge gap in demand and supply when it comes to security engineers. And even the numbers proves this, that right now there are only around 6,000 CCIE security certified engineers available throughout the world, whereas the demand for CCIE security certified engineers right now in the industry is somewhere at 2 lakhs. So you can see there's a huge gap in demand and supply, and this is the reason for such a great demand of security engineers. Well, okay, so as we know that CCI security is one of the most demanded certification tracks, so let's see how to we achieve our CCI security certification. So we start with the CCNA routing and switching. Okay, why to start with CCNA routing switching when you are learning security? So because CCNA routing switching provides you the foundation, and because you cannot learn security without learning routing and switching. So CCNA routing switching is where you learn about how to set up a network, what is a network, what are the routers and switches, and how to configure these routers and switches, and how to configure basic routing and switching protocols. And once you have your foundation available with CCNA routing and switching, then you move to the next level of routing switching, which is professional level. This is where you learn the advanced level protocols and advanced level methods of establishing CCNP routing and switching networks. Now, once you are good at routing and switching, then we move towards the security domain. Uh, and then we start with CCNA security, which is this is where your journey really starts. This is where you learn about various types of network attacks, various types of network security devices, about the firewall, about the IPS and VPN technology. So this is where you start understanding about the security. And then you move on to the next level, which is CCNP security. This is where you learn the next level of security. You learn about how to configure the various types of firewalls, how to configure various type of VPNs and IPS devices, and so many other security technologies. And then finally you move to the expert level of security, and this is where you learn the in depth of each and everything when it comes to security. All kind of protocols and devices and technologies you learn in CCI security. So this is the training path that you normally follow. And once you go through all this path, then okay, why CCIE security is such a rewarding career option? Now, as we have seen that we learn a lot about routing and switching and security when we go through the CCIE security certification training and exams. Now, as we have seen, we the person who learns about CCIE security, it's a package. So you know routing and switching, and then you know about the security technologies, which means you are a nice package. Now, which means that whatever job roles are available in the industry, whether it's routing and switching or security, you will be the first one who will be fit or eligible for this job. Now, for any kind of problem, routing and switching or security, you are the one who is going to take care of the network at the very first instance. And which means that obviously you'll get or you'll experience more higher career growth, because you can handle both types of networks. And which again means that you are going to get higher pay packages. So this is why Cisco security is such a rewarding career option. Okay, once you go through the CCI security training, you learn a lot about various networking technologies, security technologies. You'll master all these technologies, and you will be the champion of security by the time you finish your CCI security training. So all you learn in CCI security. So first of all, you learn about various types of firewalls, and you learn about VPNs, how to set up your different types of VPNs using firewalls and routers. And you also learn about AAA, which is the authentication, authorization, accounting, which means you learn how to give the access to your users in the network using ACS server and ICE server, which are there as authentication servers. And you also learn how to secure your network at every layer. You need to adopt a multi-layered approach when it comes to security. So you will learn how to secure your network using IPS, using firewalls, using routers, and using switches, which means even if the attacker is able to pass through one of the network devices, then there are more layer of security. So which means the attackers will be stopped somewhere down the line. And then you will also learn how to create your email security, how to create your web security, which means you can filter which websites needs to be open, which website needs to be blocked, what kind of spam do you want to block, and all this you can learn using WSA device, which is this is also called web security appliance. And plus, you also learn about wireless security using WLC, which is wireless LAN controller, and you'll also learn about ICE, Identity Services Engine. Okay, and then all kind of devices that you go through your CCI security journey, like you learn about how to secure your network using routers and switches, and then you also learn about the one of the main devices in security, which is the called firewall. This is one of the most important device when it comes to network security. There is no network which can be secured without a firewall, so almost every network will always have a firewall, which plays a very very important role when it comes to securing the network. So you learn a lot in detail about firewall. This is one of the my favorite devices. And then you have Cisco IPS intrusion prevention system device, where you learn about how to secure your network using the in-depth security of Cisco IPS device. You also learn about web security appliance, about your configuring your email security and web security. And then you also learn about ICE server, which means you learn about how to uh, configure your network, how to configure your network for using giving the authentication or giving the access in your network. And then you will be eligible for different job roles once you are done with your security training, which means you can become a network security engineer, senior network security engineer, and there are so many other job roles available. But it all depends, what kind of experience you already have, and how much knowledge you have gained through your CCI security training. So there are various job roles available for you. And then once you have decided to go for your CCI training, then if you want to achieve your CCI certification, then you need to go through the two exams. Well, now going for the exam is your option, your choice. If you want to go for the exam, you can go for. If you want to think that right now let me just gain the knowledge and work in the industry, and maybe later on I'll go for the lab exam, that's all your choice. You need to decide what is the best option for you. Now if you do choose to go for CCI certification exam, then I would say, first of all, you need to go for it's a two-step process. So first of all, you need to go through the written exam. This is a 2-hour exam where you learn about where multiple choice questions will be there, and then you need to select the best answer. This is the easier version of the exam, I would say. The real tough exam is the lab exam, where this will be an 8 hours lab exam, and this exam, where you are expected to configure all kind of firewalls, routers, switches, IPS and ICE and WSA devices on a live rack, on a live topology, and you need to do all kind of configuration. You need to configure all kind of security technologies that you have learned, and that too within 8 hours. So this is really a tough exam, and once you have cleared your CCIE lab exam, you get your CCIE unique number, which is always going to stay with you. So once you have done your CCIE, you get your CCIE number, which is unique. And then suppose you have done your CCIE in security. So like my number is 30078. So you might be assigned some number by Cisco, which is a proud number to have, I would say. And then suppose if you want to go for one more CCI in future, then you will be called a dual CCIE. And then if you add the third CCIE with you, and then you will be called a triple CCIE, and so on. So but the journey starts with the single CCIE, and then the whole options are available with you. So okay, so when it comes to CCIE security, guys, this is one of the best certification available, and the reason is very simple. The demand is always going to be higher and higher, because more and more companies are getting established, and all these companies are bringing their services online, which means that all the companies have to make sure that their network services are always available, up and running 24 by 7. which means you need the network to be secure, up and running always. And this is where you need a lot of security engineers who will make sure that the network is always secure, and this is where the demand is always going to grow. So CCI security certification is one of the my personal favorite. So I have been teaching security now for the last, I would say, 7 years or so. Even before we founded Network Bulls, I was always a passionate teacher, and then I always used to teach security. So this is one of my favorite domain, one of my favorite field till now, and I think it's always going to be my favorite. So guys, if you feel that if you really want to make your career, then I would in Cisco certification, then CCA security will be one of the best option available for you. And with this, I would like to finish the webinar. We can now go through the question and answer round, where you can ask questions one by one. You can raise your hands, and accordingly I will try to answer your questions one by one, so that we can answer as many questions as possible. Okay, Ibukun, you can ask your question. Ibukun, can you hear me? Iqbal, you can go ahead and ask your question. Iqbal, Iqbal, can you hear me? Constance, can you hear me? Hello. Ibukun, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Please.
Can you hear me? Yes, I said how much is the training and exam with netbook?
Mm-hmm.
This exam, if I want to do it, the training now and the exam, how much does it cost?
Okay, you want to ask about the cost.
Yes.
Okay, okay, just a minute.
Okay. But for the, you gave us the track now that we should follow. The CCNRNS,
Mm-hmm.
CCNPRNS,
Fine.
the CCNA security, the CCNA security, and the CCNA security experts.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there's a way to do your perfect like that. So I want to know how much it will cost, please.
Okay, so maybe what we can do is, we can share these details with you over email. Uh,
Okay.
I would like to, answer the questions which are related to the training or maybe any kind of doubts that you have. This is something we can share you.
Okay. 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 Hello.
Yes, yes. Constance, Constance, can you hear me? Kenneth,
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. I've recently completed my CCNP routing and switching,
Mm-hmm.
and I've also done my CCNA security, which all have completed.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering to do CCIE routing and switching, or should I go with the track of doing my CCNP security first?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, which one would you recommend?
Well, see, first of all, you need to see your area of interest. That okay, some people like routing and switching more, and some people like security more. So, if you ask me, I'm a security guy. Although I have done my CCN routing and switching as well, but then security is my preferred area. So, any given point of time, I would always choose security. So, you need to see what is your area of interest, uh, what you are most passionate about, and then you need to see that whether you want to work in the security field in the upcoming years, or you want to remain in the routing and switching field. So these two questions are very, very crucial for you to answer before you choose your track. So I think based on your interest and your future, I would say you need to take a decision. If you ask me, obviously the demand and the future is always looking good for security, because routing and switching, although it's always good, but the only thing when if I compare it with the security, that if I go for CCI routing and switching as well, my knowledge is limited to routing and switching domain only. But if I go for security after doing CCNP routing and switching, it means I'm carrying the best of the information or best of the knowledge about both worlds. So which opens up more and more exciting career options. So if I'm at your place, yes, I will always choose security already because of my interest, and two, because I know that uh, going for security will open more options for me in the future. So my preferred or obvious choice will be security only.
Okay, I get your point because I was actually interested in both.
Then you might do both, no issues with that. If I can do three, then you can do two, no issues with that.
Yeah, of course, I've already done CC design, the design, the CCNP design. I've already done that as well. So
Hmm.
that's the third one for me.
That would be great. Then I think you should go for security, because that will open up more options for you. Uh, Anyhow, to be a good design expert, you need to have more knowledge of about different domains. Like you should have knowledge of security, you should have knowledge of routing and switching. So if you really want to make your career in designing later on, then I would say you should have more knowledge about different domains rather than getting expertise in one particular domain.
No, okay, because my intention was in the sense of creating a network from Bitwit. I'm going to design a network. I need to be able to design it from the beginning and then implement the routing and the switching and then implement the security to that specific network that I would have designed. So it's more like one complete package of a person, not that you need to have different people to do different things.
You are absolutely right. This is what we have already mentioned, that once you go for your security track, you are a nice combination of different packages. You have good knowledge of routing and switching, you have good knowledge of security, and then you can be the person where the companies are after you, because you are carrying good knowledge about both the domains. And obviously, if you really want to go for designing, then yes, you should have knowledge of different domains anyhow.
Okay, no, it's fine because my whole idea was between the two. So, anyways, it's okay. You've answered me.
Hmm. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Malachi, can you ask your question? Hello? Uh, Otsel, Leka, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, great. All right. Yeah. No, I just wanted to find out. I know with some CCIEs, like for example the voice one, you expect it to have very solid routing and switching, sort of at IE level.
Mhm.
Is it the same with the security, or can you actually go in with NP level routing and switching? Whereas when you go for your CCIE security, you're not expected to be a master in routing and switching.
Okay. Okay. So I would say, see, normally what happens is people take their CCI certification too lightly, I would say at times. CCI
Okay.
is a very high level certification. I must say that, now CCNP level routing and switching knowledge is more than good enough if you really want to go for your security, because it is very difficult to focus on both the domains at the same time. Now there is no requirement which says that you need to have your CCI routing and switching knowledge before you move to say security. But yes, you should have your CCNP level knowledge in routing and switching before you move to the security. So I
Oh, okay.
would say if you have good knowledge up to CCNP routing and switching, you are good to go for security. There is no question of going for CCI routing and switching in that case initially.
Oh, okay. All right. Now I think I'm good. Thanks. And then do you guys have a study group, or is it self-paced, and also a bit of pricing information if possible?
See, there are different training options that you can opt for. Maybe you can go for online training if you do not want to travel all the way to India. If you want to travel to
Mm,
India, then you can join one of our scheduled batches. We start our
okay.
CCA level trainings almost every month, so you can go through the schedule in our website to find more options about it. And
Okay.
pricing also, I would say, it's better if you get in touch with our sales team. They would be able to assist you more on the pricing side.
Okay. All right, great stuff. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mohammed, Mr. Mohammed, Mr. Awal Mohammed, Awal, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I have my CCNA in routing and switching, and then CCNP in routing and switching also. But I've discussed with a lot of people in the next step to take. I'm really interested in security, but somebody was like advising that why don't I go for ethical hacking, since
Mhm.
with that you could actually fit with all vendors. You don't need to be bothered with CCIE. You're restricting yourself to just Cisco devices. I don't know what's your take on that.
See, ethical hacking actually, gives you a very limited knowledge or information, I would say, because you don't learn a lot about security when it comes to ethical hacking. All you learn is, some nice tips and tricks about how to crack a password here and there, and maybe some extra options. But then you cannot even compare ethical hacking with CCI security at all. CCI security is a big package where you learn a lot about VPNs, you learn about firewalls, you learn about AAA, you learn about web security, email security. So there is no comparison at all. If you go with a CEH certification with some other with some company, and then you go with a CCIE security certification, these are totally two different things altogether. As a CCI
Okay.
certification holder, you are expected to learn a lot of security concepts. And with ethical hacking, you are just another guy who has just done maybe 5 to 10 days of CES training, and maybe you know some tricks and tips and tricks. That's it. But then there is no comparison with security. Not absolutely. I mean, see, CCI security, you learn so much about security technologies. uh, Firewall itself takes around 1 month to learn, because you there are so many technologies involved in firewall. Like you learn about access list, you learn about network address translation. you know Different technologies are available. You learn how to secure the network, you learn about different security protocols. You learn about or how all these devices integrate together, and how to secure even a bigger network. So there is no comparison at all. CCI security is one of the best certification option available when it comes to security. Not even your CEH, not even your CISSP, or no even other certification comes even closer to CCI security, I would say. And plus, CCI
Wow.
security certification is, it's conducted by Cisco, which means it has a lot of respect in the industry and lots of demand in the industry, because everybody knows that when you go for your CCI certification training, you learn a hell lot of about security. There are at least 15 types of VPN that you learn, and CEH does not even talk about VPN. And you must know that almost every company these days is running some kind of VPN. So if you have
Yeah.
never learned about security, I don't think you have ever learned about VPNs as well. And CH does not even talk about VPNs. And then you have your AAA authentication, authorization, how to which users can get access of my network, up to what level they will get the access, and what did they do once they get the access, the accounting part. So all these things will be learned in security only. You cannot learn all these things in CEH at all. Then you have IPS device, which is there to filter the uh, all the packets in depth. You learn about web security, you learn about email security, you learn about wireless security, you learn about how to secure your network using routers and switches, because normally we think that routers and switches are there to perform routing and switching only, but we don't even know that you know routers and switches can provide a great layer of
Yeah.
defense, an additional layer of security when it comes to provide keeping the network secure. So
Wow.
there is no comparison at all.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. I think that would do.
You're most welcome. Vikram. Vikram. um, Vikram, can you hear me? Vikram. uh, Chukwood.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. My question is, when going for your CCIE security,
Mm-hmm.
is it advisable that you look at other vendor firewalls attached to your CCIE security, like the Juniper SRX,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and maybe Checkpoint, CyberROM, and maybe most of these other security vendors? Is it advisable?
Well, that's an option, you can explore once you are good at security. See, okay, whatever firewall you learn, whether it's Cisco ASA firewall, Checkpoint firewall, Juniper SRX firewall, or any other firewall that you mentioned, the base
Yeah,
remains the same, the concepts will remain the same. NAT is always going to be NAT, ACL as well is always going to be ACL, VPN is always going to be VPN, so there is no changes in that. Yeah, the only thing is, uh, how do you configure a particular device will be, a bit different than the other device. You have a different command line when it comes to Cisco, or you have a different GUI. uh, when it comes to other firewalls, they might have their own version of CLI and GUI. But then, if you have learned the concept, you can learn the concept while learning the SRX also, while learning the Checkpoint also, while learning the Cisco security. The concept is the main thing,
yeah,
right? Whenever I am learning, my focus is always on learning the concepts, not the device. Yeah, device is the something additional. It's always nice to learn it, but then the focus always has to remain on the technology. If I have learned that, okay, this is NAT, this is ACL, this is routing, this is VPN, this is AAA, then all I have to learn is how to apply the same things on a different device. And I think that might just take 5 to 7 days for me to learn. So yes,
okay,
it's always, it's always good to learn more things. But yes, your focus
yeah,
should always be on learning the concepts, on learning the technology, and then you can apply the same concept, same technology on any kind of device.
okay. Thank you.
Welcome. uh, Daniel. Daniel, can you hear me? Daniel.
Hello.
Yes.
Um, I'm currently going through the CCIE security training.
Hmm.
My question was about the other fire was the Juniper, the checkpoint, the Blue Palo Alto, and the rest. But I think you've already covered it with your previous answer. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Joshua,
Okay. Hi.
hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I planning to. I wish to be like a network expert, a design expert.
Hmm.
Well, I have CCNP routing and switching. I have any security, and I'm present planning to for the CCIE RNS.
Hmm.
I'm working with a service provider.
Hmm.
So I am thinking because I'm thinking of once I'm through with my CCIE, I go for CCIE service provider, then
Hmm.
from there and now go for security.
Hmm.
But with demand in the industry, I don't know which way to go that will make me arrive at the destination as soon as possible.
Okay, so your aim is to become a design expert, right?
Yes.
Okay. See, you have both options available. Nice combination, a secure CCI routing switching and CCI service provider is always a nice combination because these two things are used together normally. You cannot set up a, service provider network because what happens in service provider. You are mainly using BGP and MPLS as a protocol, right? Now if
Yes.
you really want, I mean, if you are good at routing and switching only then you can be good at the service provider technologies also. So yes, CCIE routing and switching always serves as the base of CCIE service provider, and if you want to be the design expert, then yes, it's a nice combination. Yeah, and then again, combining routing and switching with security is again a deadly combination, a great combination. There's no doubt about it. Now, the only thing that you need to find out is okay, which is your area of interest. Whether MPLS or BGP fascinates you more, or firewalls, VPNs, AAA, and all those security technologies fascinates you more. So it's an individual choice, yeah, that you need to make. So either way, whatever is your area of interest, if you feel that you like more about service provider protocol, service provider environment, then you should go towards service provider environment. But then if you think that security is something which is more of interest for you, then obviously both combinations are good. Both combinations are great actually, because CCI routing switching is the best combination when it comes to with the CCI service provider as well as with security. So I would say you can choose any of them.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Raymond. Raymond. Raymond, can you hear me? Hello. Manas? Manas? Manas, can you hear me?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Thank you. I have joined the CCNA program in Network Booster right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in BCA second year. Can you just guide me about something? I mean, you know how it is.
Um,
Uh,
so what kind of guidance you're looking for?
I'm interested in doing network say security,
Mm-hmm.
but I also want to do internship. But I have researched the market and it's not good in India,
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Who told you about
So
this?
I have researched on the internet, that's it,
Okay.
and talked to several IT people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so that's it. I mean, in Networkbull's website, it is like that it's a boom kind of the thing,
Okay.
you know.
Manas, one thing you should always need to make sure, while asking for the guidance, it's not only about choosing the CCI security domain or anything in life. My advice would
Hmm.
be to get your guidance from someone who is experienced, who has done it, who is into the security domain. You know, you if you ask the failures, and they will always tell you about the bad options, that bad conditions. If you ask a optimist person, they will tell you about the best of the things. So you need to be very careful while choosing your advisors, your counselors. So
Okay.
you
Okay.
need to make sure that you check the credential of the person who is telling you about something. So that would be, I mean, see, because the information that you are carrying with you is absolutely wrong. uh, there is always going to there's always a boom going on in CCI security domain, and this boom will continue forever. The reason behind this is very simple. Even now there are very very less security engineers available throughout the world, not even in India, I would say. And there
Hmm.
are companies who are setting up their networks every day. New companies are coming up. Who could have thought that uh, hospitals or hotels will be bringing their services online, and they will have their full fledged network running on. uh, 20 years back, you could have not even imagined that a hospital has a full fledged network, a hotel has full fledged network, and we could not have imagined all these Amazon, Flipkart, Ola, Uber, these kind of companies. New and new companies are coming every day in the market, and all these companies are coming online, and all these companies require their networks to be set up, established, secure. And who will do this? Obviously the person who has good knowledge of network and routing and switching and security. So if somebody says there's no demand, I don't think he has checked the market correctly. Uh, you just need to think about in this way, that what is going to happen in the next 10 years in the networking industry. More and more companies are setting up their shops in more and more countries. Multinational companies are coming up. There are different branches they are setting up. New technologies are coming day by day, and this demand is going to grow. So if somebody says there's no demand, I don't think he has judged the market correctly. Or
Actually, no. Actually, बात वो नहीं है that there is uh, no did sorry. Sorry, uh, I'm saying once again. Actually, there's a person in Infosys, right?
uh,
So he's on a good level, like a kind of a manager type. So he says whether a person is BCA or MCA or he has achieved something like CCNA, we will hire a fresher at a basic pay that we pay to everyone, right? At 15K or or to 20K. The company will train him, and then only he will go to that domain. It's like India, matlab, he says like this.
See, Infosys is just one company. They might have adopted this model at certain locations, but that cannot be applicable globally or universally to every company, to every location, to every situation. So try to understand. Uh, we have tons of examples in network bulls where people were placed at a package of 5.56 lakhs as freshers, even when they were not even CCA security certified, but they had good knowledge with them. So there are companies like BT, CSS Corp, Recent, they are hiring like mad. So you cannot, justify it by saying that, okay, one company is doing it may be Bangalore location or whatever, but that is not the same with every other company. If you go to networkbulls.in, you will find hundreds of testimonials of students who have got trained as fresher, got placed, and they are happily working as security engineers, administrators, and very well placed, getting good salary, and very happy with their careers.
Right, right. Thank you. Thank you.
Amar Muhammad.
Yeah, yeah. How are you, boss?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Fine, fine. I have two questions.
Mm-hmm.
First one, we can deploy any security lab from any software because security devices we cannot find easily, and we cannot find a place who's give us chance to make our lab.
Okay. Okay. So it all depends what
Sec
exactly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Please go ahead.
okay, okay.
Okay. So.
Second question. We heard from news there is more famous websites and very big companies hacked from some people.
Mm-hmm.
This is due to also weakness security, or what is the main reason?
Okay, fine, fine. Okay. Now, both of your questions are very valid and genuine. So let me answer it first, one by one. Okay. So first of all, it depends what exactly do you want to learn. If you want to learn about the firewalls, yes, you can simulate them in GNS. If you want to learn about routers and switches and how to apply security on routers and switches, then you can use that via GNS. Switches might not work that as well, but routers will, and firewalls will work on GNS very well. And when it comes to learning about maybe web security appliance or AAA server or ICE server, then I think you can easily virtualize them. There are softwares available which you can make a VMware workstation, and then you can load those images in VMware and they work fine. So almost everything in security you can learn on a virtual device. You don't need the real devices. So initially everything you
Yes, yes.
can learn, right? Okay. Now to answer the second
Uh,
question.
uh, yeah, also for CCIE security labs also.
No, not really. For learning CCI security lab or training for, or preparing for CCI security lab, you need the real rack anyhow. You cannot simulate that. You can only simulate the
Yeah, yeah,
bits and pieces, like you can simulate a firewall, you can simulate a router, you can simulate some servers, but you cannot simulate the entire topology of CCI security on your simulation softwares. That's not going to work.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, and to answer your second question, yes, it is absolutely true that sometimes even the networks of biggest companies are compromised, they are hacked, and they are hacked by people, anonymous people, I would say. But then this is where I said that there's a lot of demand for security. See, because if a network of such a big company can be compromised, then you can think that every other company is sitting at a threat, facing a threat of of their network being compromised. So it's like, it's a cat and mouse race going on, that who is going to win. Sometimes the attacker is going to win, sometimes the network administrator or the security administrator is going to win. Now it all depends that what is your ratio of winning. So if, as a network administrator or a security administrator, if you keep on upgrading your knowledge, if you keep on learning about the new attacks, then it's a better chance that you secure your network even before the attacker reaches your network. So that's why it is always good to keep on upgrading yourself when it comes to security, and that's why the security engineers are always going to be in demand, because uh, the person who is carrying a lot of knowledge will always be hired, or it's always, companies are always looking for person who has or most updated knowledge of security. So this is where the demand is really going to grow.
Yeah, yeah. It mean after CCIE security also, we need to improve our information through other certificates or
See, I'm not see when you talk about learning, you cannot talk about a particular certification. Learning includes, technology. And as I already mentioned, technology remains the same whether you learn it on Cisco, Juniper, or ABC, firewall. The only thing is you should, when we talk about a particular type of network, when I talk about a DOS attack, denial of service attack, denial of service attack will always remain a DOS attack, no matter if it's happening on a Cisco firewall or any other firewall. So when I talk
Mm.
about upgrading or updating your knowledge, I said that you should be aware of latest trends which are going on in the networking and security industry. What kind of different attacks are being launched day by day. You need to subscribe yourself to different uh, maybe magazines or online posts or blogs where you can find the latest information about what kind of attacks are you know uh, available there. So this way you will learn more, you will try to secure your network more, and there will be less chances that your network will be compromised, which means you are always going to enjoy this secure network, which means you will always get a good raise.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you, boss, and we are interested about your seminar.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, boss. Thank you.
I think that's it for the day. We are done with most of the queries, and again, I would like to thank you, all of you, to join this webinar. I hope I have provided enough information to you guys, and thank you very much to all of you.